we're going to get started. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. This webinar is going to be recorded, so that's being recorded right now, starting that up. So welcome. My name is Sarah Brubaker, and today I'm going to be presenting on this topic of sleep, stress, and sex. So let's get going. Okay, so a little introduction to myself. It's nice to meet all of you. I wish we could actually be sitting and all talking together. That would be pretty fun. But a little bit about me. I am a wife and a mom, a professional counselor by training, and most recently and most fervently, a doTERRA wellness advocate. It's been something, doTERRA has been something that has changed the trajectory of my life in many, many ways, from just how I interact with and keep our family well, but also from a financial standpoint as well. I believe in natural medicine first and modern medicine second. The essential oils and other forms of natural health care are our first line of defense, and that's what we go to first in our home. And for the most part, that is what takes care of the problem. If that is not meeting the needs of whatever I'm trying to address, then we do reach out to modern medicine and consult with the doctor and go from there. But since we've been using essential oils in our home, we have decreased our doctor's visits by large amounts, and we just find that we haven't had to go there as often as we needed to before because we can take care of things at home. So the disclaimer on that is that I am not a doctor, only Dr. Mom or Dr. Quinn, which is my ultimate goal in life. So this is kind of my gateway to that. But the information that I'm sharing with you tonight, I have found in my personal research. You're responsible for what you decide to do with it. This information has not been evaluated by the FDA, and I am in no way intending to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. So just keep that in your mind as we talk about things. And please seek medical treatment when necessary. There certainly are times, even within the things that we're going to be discussing tonight, that it is important and necessary to consult with a physician. So this verse from Ezekiel 47 has just recently really been an inspiration to me, talking about how the Lord provided their fruit, and their fruit will be for food and their leaves will be for healing. So this is something that is bigger than me, and just something that I can take heart in, that this has been provided for us. So what we'll cover tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about essential oil basics, just so that everybody has an understanding of what essential oils are and basic use and introduction to them. And then we'll talk about sleep, stress, and sex. And then we'll talk about stocking your family's toolkit, and even getting your oils for free if anybody's interested in that, which who wouldn't be? Free oils, come on now, right? All right. So let's compare these two a little bit and look at the differences between modern medicine and natural alternatives. And this has long time been called, you could call this nature's medicine alternative medicine, but I'd invite you to kind of view it as original medicine, and this is what has been on the earth since the beginning of time. This is what the Lord created and provided for us. So the biggest difference between the two is this. Modern medicine is reactive and natural medicine is proactive. So with modern medicine, you're going to be reacting to symptoms and problems, whereas natural medicine is going to be more proactive against those concerns. You can see there's lots of differences here between the two. Most notably is the first one, but you'll see the difference in side effects and affordability, the time it takes, how these two approaches are made, so whether it's a synthetically made medication or it is a naturally organic compound, and just the differences in those, how much one is more freeing and hopeful and provides hope and healing, whereas the other one, you kind of look at it and question. I mean, I know I've seen tons of commercials for medications that say how it's going to make your life so much better, but it will also cause all these other problems. So, and that's something for me that's concerning. So when I look at these two, you can see the difference in how natural medicine and original medicine is much more beneficial to your body. So some foundational principles and some basics here. This wellness pyramid, this is doTERRA's wellness pyramid. And I like to go over this so that you understand the goal of doTERRA as a company. It's not all focused on buying our products. Those are only the top 2 levels of this pyramid. It's a foundation. The foundation is a healthy lifestyle. And I just love that that's their philosophy as a company and promoting their products. So doTERRA is a company that's founded on this wellness philosophy of healthy lifestyle choices and informed, proactive participation in one's own health care alternatives. doTERRA also teaches informed self-care alternatives and encourages people to take a proactive role in their medical care. So at the bottom, you have eating right. So our diets, which we'll expound on even a little bit more, should be rich in foods with an abundance of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and enzymes. Eating right means choosing fresh, whole, unprocessed foods and avoiding foods that are overprocessed and contain high levels of simple sugars and saturated fats. Exercise. Regular, moderate exercise is essential for optimal physical and emotional wellness. So just generally having a mentality of movement where you move throughout the day on a consistent basis. Rest and stress, which we'll mainly be talking about tonight. Regular sleep is often skipped, but it's an essential practice for optimal health. When we do not allow our bodies appropriate time for rest and regeneration, we can compromise our immune defenses and may become more prone to infection and disease. Chronic stress remains a significant health threat and has been tied to numerous degenerative conditions. So we'll talk more about sleep and stress in a little bit. Moving up this pyramid, you have eliminating toxins. Our toxic environmental stressors can have deleterious effects on our health. Common toxic stressors include overexposure to UV rays, toxic ingredients and products throughout your home, and chemical pollutants in our air and water. So a lot of these are avoidable. Some are harder to avoid, but I would encourage you all to look at how you can reduce your toxic load. And then above this into reaching beyond lifestyle and choices into the healthcare realm, we have informed self-care. So reaching for a prescription or over-the-counter drug may not always be the best first alternative to taking care of yourself when you're sick. doTERRA's therapeutic-grade essential oils and other wellness products are formulated to support the body's own natural ability to keep itself healthy and can be used effectively in combination with traditional and alternative medical practices. So for us and our family, again, this is our first line of defense, and usually the oils are all that we need. And then proactive medical care. doTERRA is certainly not against doctors and medical treatment. When a person is suffering from an acute sickness or has been diagnosed with the disease, it is important they seek out competent and qualified medical professionals for immediate help. It's also important they take a proactive role in their personal course of treatment by learning as much as they can about their health challenge and choosing a physician who will both inform and be open to information. So knowing that you have options and choices and power is important. So essential oils, what and how? Let's discuss some of the basics of oils. So what are essential oils? This is where I wish we could actually be all talking, sitting around the living room together. So if you've ever enjoyed the scent of a rose, you've experienced the aromatic qualities of essential oils, or herbs growing outside in your garden, rosemary, peppermint, stuff like that. Those are aromatic qualities of essential oils. So these naturally occurring volatile aromatic compounds are found in the seeds, bark, stems, roots, flowers, and other parts of the plants. Essential oils provide plants with protection against predators and disease and play a role in plant pollination. In addition to their intrinsic benefits to plants and being beautifully fragrant to people, essential oils have long been used for food preparation, beauty treatments, and healthcare practices. So you can see these natural aromatic compounds that are found in the plant. Most of the oils are steam distilled. The cold pressed extraction is for the citrus oils, which the oil is expressed from the rind of the oil. So if you've ever squeezed an orange rind and actually seen the orange zest come up, that's the essential oil as well. They have powerful, safe benefits without the side effects of conventional medication, and they're very powerful. 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. And this picture here, you might be wondering what that is. On the left is a green peppermint leaf, like you would recognize mostly. And then on the right is a magnified peppermint leaf. So you can see these little white balls are actually the essential oil sacs. So that's a close-up view of what essential oils look like on the plant. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how to use them. 3 different ways to utilize essential oils. One would be aromatic. So this would be putting the essential oil out into the air, whether through the use of a diffuser or a spray bottle, or even smelling right directly from the bottle, or putting a drop of the oil in the palm of your hands and rubbing your hands together and then cupping your mouth and nose. Those would be all ways to use the essential oils aromatically. Benefits and reasons why you would want to use essential oils aromatically would be that they help to purify and cleanse the air, open airways, and also powerfully uplift your mood. So those are reasons for aromatic use. Next would be topical use. And this would be putting the essential oils directly on the skin and on the body. You can use them for a systemic concern or a localized concern. So a systemic concern would be something like sleep or your immune system, things where there's no direct result or location on the body, whereas a localized approach would be for that specific location. The oils absorb quickly. And you can apply them to the reflex points of the feet, which is what this picture over here on the right is depicting. So there are different points on your feet that connect with different parts of your body. For instance, your sinuses are your toes. So when my little one is congested or has some problems breathing, I really like to be able to put the oils on his feet and on his toes to help with the reflexes on that. But also it's a really safe place to apply them, especially for kids, because the skin on the bottoms of your feet is tougher, so the skin sensitivity concern is not going to be as alarming. As a place like your wrists or the back of your neck, your skin's going to be a lot more sensitive there than on the bottoms of your feet. But also there's less likelihood that he's going to be sticking his feet in his mouth, especially with socks on, as opposed to his hands or something like that. We'll talk a little bit about skin sensitivity on the next slide. And then internal use. I will say that aromatic and topical use are my go-to methods. I do utilize an internal application, but that is the approach that I go to lastly. The ways you can use the oils internally would be under your tongue, in an empty veggie cap, or even in your water. And reasons for that would be good for digestive issues and cleansing. So essential oil safety, like I said a little bit before, skin sensitivity is a primary safety issue. You want to keep the oils out of your eyes, ears, and nose because the mucous membranes in those areas are very sensitive. You want to dilute essential oils with another vegetable oil, not with water. If anybody remembers back to high school, science, oil, maybe this might even be before high school science, oil and water do not mix. They repel each other. So if you put an essential oil on and it feels tingly or uncomfortable or burny to your skin, if you put water on it, it's just going to make that sensation even stronger because it's going to push the oil deeper into the skin tissue. So you want to dilute with a carrier oil, which would be another vegetable oil. My favorite is fractionated coconut oil. The fractionated means that it stays liquid at all temperatures. I really like that because it has no smell or odor to it on its own. My second favorite carrier oil would be grapeseed oil, but you can use jojoba oil or almond oil or even olive oil if that was all that you had. Olive oil just has a very distinctive smell to it, and that's why I don't utilize that one as much, or really ever. So you want to follow all the label instructions to just know that you're following the right directions. And consulting consulting resources, whether they be online or in books. There's a bunch of resources that I will send out to you guys following this webinar in an email. And then as far as dilution goes, some of the oils say neat, meaning you don't need to dilute them, although I always recommend diluting. When you dilute the oil, it actually makes it last a little longer. It slows the absorption into the skin and helps the scent stay longer. Remember, essential oils are volatile, meaning they evaporate very quickly. So if you put on some carrier oil to the essential oil, it's going to help it last longer and not evaporate as quickly. So I always recommend diluting, regardless of age. For younger kids or sensitive skin, you definitely want to dilute for any oils that you put on them. And some oils, like peppermint oil, would be classified as a sensitive oil because it can feel kind of like an icy hot, that tingly, cooling sensation. So you want to dilute those for sure. And then there's other ones that you definitely want to dilute regardless of who it is, regardless of age. And these would be oils like oregano and clove and cinnamon. These oils are going to feel hot to the skin. So you want to dilute those with a carrier oil. And if that makes you nervous, I know it did me at first. You can always do a skin patch test on yourself. So you can dilute some of the oils. You know, if you were putting oregano on, I remember I didn't use oregano for a really long time because I was nervous about using it because it was a hot oil. But then I started using it, and now I use it all the time because I'm much more comfortable using it, and I'm much more competent about how to use it because of my experience and consistency in using them. So you could always do a skin patch test on yourself, to test it on your wrist before you would put it on one of your kids, just so that you would make sure that it wasn't causing any harm to their skin. So yeah, that's essential oils safety. And again, after the webinar, I will be emailing out an oil dilution chart, some resources, and another sheet on the information about which carrier oils to use and stuff like that. So look for that in your email. Okay, so a little bit specifically about why I love these specific oils. For one reason is that the plants are grown in their native habitat. Something that doTERRA just started was this co-impact sourcing. So the mission of doTERRA is to provide the world with the highest quality, certified pure, therapeutic grade essential oils. And there's different grades of essential oils. The lowest grade would be synthetic. So this would be all of your synthetically made scents, so perfumes, lotions, candles, all that kind of stuff. And next above that, you would have food grade. So this would be like lemon and salad dressing, and peppermint and chewing gum, and cinnamon and toothpaste, those things where there is a flavor but no therapeutic value. I even saw it in Walmart the other day in the baking aisle. Small little, they look like sample bottles of oils to help flavor icing and food and cakes and stuff that you would cook with. So they're more around than you probably realize. And then therapeutic grade has been the longest standing grade of oils. But within that therapeutic grade of oil, there's a lot of adulteration to the oils that take place. While a bottle of oil may say 100% sure, unless you know where those plants are grown and how they're harvested and how they're distilled and how they're tested, you may not know that that is a pure, 100% pure bottle of essential oil. And since the FDA does not regulate them, there's a lot of corners that are cut. So doTERRA, in their commitment to provide the most highest quality oil, said that we are going to raise the bar and we are going to make a grade of oil that is very high and that has high standards and high quality. So that is where the CPTG, or Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade of oil, comes in. So thanks to co-impact sourcing, doTERRA is also bringing hope to the people that provide these precious gifts of the earth. 18 of the 26 countries that doTERRA sources essential oils from would be considered developing countries. Many of these countries face economic and environmental challenges that prevent their citizens from having a better quality of life. doTERRA developed the co-impact sourcing approach as an answer to many of these challenges. Co-impact sourcing has long been a vision that doTERRA has aspired to fulfill. Through this program, doTERRA can not only ensure a long-term supply of CPTG essential oils from dedicated partners, but also improve the livelihood of the small-scale family farmers that grow the best quality plants for our essential oils. So it's a combination of people, plants, and products. So the people, doTERRA works directly with these growers to form long-term partnerships and ensure fair and timely payments. These partnerships help improve livelihood by providing jobs, training, and other various Healing Hands funded projects. And Healing Hands is our nonprofit organization that donates a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of help to impoverished countries. And then plants. The growers are trained on how to implement sustainable agriculture and natural resource management practices in planting and harvesting. So they are working at sustainable projects. They are not just taking what they need from the earth and then, you know, who cares from there? There's a deep investment in the earth and in the people. The distillers are also encouraged to utilize renewable energy and energy-efficient technologies wherever possible. And then you get a wonderful product. Through developing long-term sourcing relationships with growers and distillers, doTERRA ensures loyal supply chain partners. So doTERRA is then in a unique position to responsibly guarantee the long-term availability and consistent quality of essential oils. So our plants are grown in their native habitat, which is so important because it really matters where a plant is grown. The variety, the soil conditions, the air quality, the harvesting time, the distillation process, these are all monitored. And growing where in the native habitat, that plant is, and that climate is perfectly suited for that plant to grow its best. So the rainfall, the climate, the soil, everything is perfectly suited to that plant. So you don't have the need to utilize any other foreign contaminants or pesticides or fertilizers or anything like that to help that plant become the most therapeutic possible. So there's no artificial ingredients, fragrances, fillers, pesticides, or chemical residues on the plants and therefore the oils. And any failure to meet standards means that the oils are rejected. Poor crop means less availability. The quality is not going to be compromised. And these oils are not just pure, they're also very high quality. And the Healing Hands Foundation I talked about a little bit before. So here's some information on doTERRA's testing methods. This is done for every batch, and you can see that many of the tests are repeated multiple times throughout the whole harvesting and bottling process, and you can see that from the time the raw plant material is harvested to being shipped to bottled and labeled and before it is released for sale, you can see all the tests that go on multiple times to ensure a very high quality, pure product. And for me, this is so important. If I'm going to be putting these oils on myself and on my kids, I don't want my family to be guinea pigs. I don't want to be just testing something on them to see if it works or to see if it's safe. I want to make sure that before I use something that it is safe and effective for me and for every member of my family. Okay, so we're going to talk about a holistic approach to wellness, which is where the essential oils fit in. But for me, the whole body is so important. And what you are putting into your body is going to affect how your body functions. Seems simple, but a lot of us don't realize that. So food. I love this quote by Hippocrates, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. Just how true of that is with the food that we eat, with essential oils. These are plant-based things. And how can that be used to help us in our wellness? So food has a dramatic effect on your overall health and wellness, especially your sleep, your stress level, hormones, and inflammation. Many people deal with inflammation whether they realize it or not. A holistic approach to wellness will help with systemic and localized inflammation as well as a variety of other concerns. Inflammation is a natural reaction to trauma or a stressor in the body, and it's the first responder to an injury, and it should come and go quickly. That's the way the body was designed to work. However, when there's ongoing stressors, inflammation can become long-standing. And our diets and lifestyles, along with lots of other problems, cancer, autoimmune diseases, can develop into damaging reactions. So you are what you eat. What are some recommended foods, and what are some foods that are going to be good for your overall health and wellness? These are things like fresh fruits and vegetables at the very core. These are living foods, living matter that we are putting into our body for our body to absorb and utilize. That is what is going to help your body from the inside out. Other recommended foods for overall health and wellness would be organic, grass-fed meat, and butter, poultry, fish and eggs, healthy fats like coconut oil, real butter, ghee, clarified butter. I'd never heard of that beforehand, but it is a lactose-free butter. And we're going to talk about in the sex section about how diet can interfere with fertility as well a little bit more. But then other things you can add to this recommended list of foods would be fermented foods, which were new to me, but I have really grown to love. So that would be things like kombucha and kefir and kimchi and sauerkraut, even though I still am not a big fan of sauerkraut. But the main thing is you want to focus on whole, real foods and avoid things like this. So avoiding refined grains and refined sugars, artificial sweeteners are terrible. If you didn't know that already, let me be the first one to tell you. Just because it's low calorie or low fat or low sugar doesn't mean that it's good for you. Those things actually stand for a chemical storm of components that you probably don't want to be eating. And then any unhealthy fats and processed foods. So it's hard. It's hard to get good food into our bodies on a consistent basis, especially when we're working or we have little ones to take care of. I know that it's hard for me to make and eat good foods at a consistent time each day. But thankfully, we have supplements, vitamins, minerals, probiotics. 70% of your immune system is in your gut, so having a healthy gut is really going to support a healthy sleep cycle, a healthy stress response, and healthy hormone levels as well. So choosing a multivitamin that is really good for your overall health and wellness. I love doTERRA's Lifelong Vitality Pack, which is what's pictured here on the right. It's actually their #1 selling product, which is kind of interesting for an essential oil company. But there's 3 different vitamins in this pack, and overall together they work to provide antioxidant protection to cellular DNA and other critical cell structures. The food nutrient complex is an all-natural whole food formula of bioavailable vitamins and minerals, often deficient in modern diets. And then the omega complex, it's a revolutionary blend or formula that blends CPTG oils with natural marine and plant-sourced essential fatty acids. And they even have a vegan omega complex as well. So I would highly, highly recommend these for anybody with dealing with any health concerns. I use them as a prenatal vitamin. You know, across the board, men, women, these are fabulous. And I'm going to reference them a little bit later on as well. And then essential oils, which is really what we are here to talk about. So let's delve into sleep. Don't you wish this was you right now? I wish I slept that well. Actually, I really wish I slept as well and often as much as my cat does, but that will never happen. Okay, so 10 things to hate about sleep loss. Sleepiness, sleep loss. Okay, causes accidents, sleep deprivation. Who's not alert when they're driving? Okay, it dumbs you down. Sleep plays a critical role in thinking and learning. So lack of sleep hurts these cognitive processes in many ways. It impairs attention, alertness, concentration, reasoning, problem solving, and it makes it more difficult to learn efficiently. And during the night, various sleep cycles play a role in consolidating memories in the mind. And if you don't get enough sleep, you won't be able to remember what you learned and experienced during that day. Okay, it can lead to serious health problems. Lack of sleep can cause heart disease, heart attack, heart failure, irregular heartbeat, high blood pressure, stroke, diabetes. And according to some estimates, 90% of people with insomnia, a sleep disorder characterized by trouble falling and staying asleep, also have another health condition. It can kill your sex drive. It's depressing. It can contribute to the symptoms of depression and be a symptom of depression. It ages your skin. To experience the sallow skin and puffy eyes after a few nights of missed sleep. But it turns out that chronic sleep loss can lead to lackluster skin, fine lines, and dark circles under the eyes. When you don't get enough sleep, your body releases more of the stress hormone, cortisol. And in excess amounts, cortisol can break down skin collagen, the protein that keeps skin smooth and elastic. A decrease in cortisol can also cause a lot of other problems as well. It makes you forgetful. It can make you gain weight, losing sleep. So lack of sleep seems to be related to an increase in hunger and appetite and possibly obesity. Increased risk of death and impairs your judgment, especially about sleep. I thought this was so interesting. So lack of sleep can affect our interpretation of events. And this hurts our ability to make sound judgments because we may not assess situations accurately and act on them wisely. So sleep-deprived people seem to be especially prone to poor judgment when it comes to assessing what lack of sleep is doing to them. So in our increased fast-paced world, functioning on less sleep has become a kind of badge of honor. But sleep specialists say that if you think you're doing fine on less sleep, you're probably wrong. And if you work in a profession where it's important to be able to judge your level of functioning, this can be a big problem as well. So we might have all known that, but to see it all written down like that, let's get more sleep. So how can essential oils promote a better night's sleep? For occasional sleeplessness, mild sleeplessness, they can help open airways for improved breathing support. They have a calming effect on the mind, the body, and the spirit. They can ease occasional muscle tension and pain. They soothe the body system. Essential oils can support healthy inflammation response and help support healthy circulation as well. Here are some specific oils to help promote restful night's sleep. So lavender, Serenity is a blend of oils that has lavender in it as well. These are all very calming oils. And again, you'll notice on the bottom the LLV, that stands for the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So that's going to be an option there to use as well. Serenity helps relax the mind and body while creating a sense of peace and well-being. And all of these oils are going to be creating and promoting peace and sleep. One of my favorite ways to use the oils for sleep concerns is to diffuse the oils. So this would be to use a little machine called a diffuser, which there's a picture of one of doTERRA's diffusers right here on the right, and combining the oils together in the blend in the diffuser. So for the diffuser, you pop the top off, and you'll see a little reservoir. You fill that up, and then you put the drops of oil in, close it, and turn it on. It's pretty simple to use. I usually do like a drop per hour. So if I'm doing, lavender and Roman chamomile, and I'm doing it for 8 hours, I will do 4 drops of each. That's just what I do. I find that it helps the scent last the longest. You can use less if you don't need as much, but that's just what I've experimented with and seems to work the best for me. And going back to the oils to help promote sleep, the ways that you can use them would be topically, applying them to the bottoms of the feet, the back of the neck or the chest, and aromatically diffusing them. You can spray them on a pillow or even just put a drop of the essential oil on your pillow. And then with diffusers, you do want to clean them. I just use white vinegar to clean them and do that about once a week. And I've used a number of different diffusers. I really like doTERRA's Aromalight diffuser, which is not pictured here. This is the petal diffuser. I find that the Aromalight just works the best, lasts the longest, and puts out the most essential oil into the air. So that one is by far my favorite one. Here's a blend of oils. So you can make up a blend yourself and put it in a roller bottle for peacefulness. I really like this blend. It really smells very calming. I use this for my son because who doesn't need to calm their kids down, especially when they're almost 3. Here's another one for helping to sleep soundly. And again, this can be applied, this is to be applied topically in a 5 milliliter roller ball. And I get my roller balls from Amazon, and you can buy them there as well. And here are a couple ones. Again, I will be sending out this presentation, so if you aren't able to take a picture of this or jot it down at the moment, then you'll be getting it later. Okay, so that's sleep. Let's move on to stress. So how many of us know that stress affects our body? It does. Stress is the body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment or response. The body reacts to these changes with physical, mental, and emotional responses. And stress is a normal part of life. Many events that happen to you and around you, and many things that you do yourself put stress on your body. You can experience stress from your environment, your body, and your thoughts. The human body is designed to experience stress and react to it. Stress can be positive, keeping us alert and ready to avoid danger. Stress becomes negative when a person faces continuous challenges without relief or relaxation between challenges. As a result, the person becomes overworked and stress-related tension builds. Stress that continues without relief can lead to a condition called distress, a negative stress reaction. So positive stress is called eustress, EU stress. And kind of look at it like kind of like a slanted bell curve. So you have some stress that's good, it inspires you, it motivates you. And then you get to the top, the peak of that, and you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit too stressed. I either need to back off or something, I'm going to fall off the edge of this cliff. When you fall off the edge of that cliff and go down, that is what's called distress. And distress can lead to physical symptoms, headaches, upset stomach, elevated blood pressure, chest pain, problems sleeping. Research suggests that stress can also bring on or worsen certain symptoms or diseases and become harmful when people use alcohol, tobacco, or drugs to try and relieve their stress by self-medicating. Unfortunately, instead of relieving the stress and returning the body to a relaxed state, these substances tend to keep the body in a stress state and cause more problems. Okay, this image is a little bit blurry, but just to give you an idea of different sources of stress. So lack of sleep, like we talked about before. And again, going along with any changes or problems in your life, injuries, stress, or surgeries, the pollution in the air and in our homes, being overworked, any sicknesses or illnesses, not drinking pure water, constant stimuli from entertainment, those devices that are hard to put down and that you watch at night in the dark, any chemicals, pesticides, and hormones in food and prescription drugs. All of these are sources of stress on your body. In addition to thoughts, fears of failure, limiting beliefs, frustration, feeling like you have to please everyone, comparing yourself to others, unhappiness. Those are sources of stress as well. So these types of stress, we talked a little bit, stress is the body's response to difficult, pressured, or worrisome circumstances, and can cause both physical and emotional tension. And there's different types of stress. There's the emotional stress, which refers to thoughts, feelings, and the emotions that we carry within us, and they can play a major role in our health. Chemical stress is the exposure to the chemical substances, both natural and man-made, that affect your body negatively and can cause toxic harm. Physical or environmental stress is the pressure on the environment caused by human activities such as pollution, drought, stuff like that. Physical stress builds up in our bodies from the positions and postures we keep every day. It can come from too much or too little motion, and your body is great at putting up with it for a long time, but as time goes by, the symptoms of physical stress manifest in back pain, neck pain, headache, arthritis, stuff like that. And physical stress is a physical reaction of the body to various triggers. And then performance. This would be, standing up in class, fear of talking in front of people, am I doing good enough in my job, those types of things. Oh, I skipped mental stress. Mental stress is a general term for encompassing mental thoughts and emotional stress as well, and can be evoked by a number of mental tasks. Just a little bit, some of the ways that stress affects our body more specifically. So a little bit about the power of aroma. This kind of goes back to why the aromatic use of essential oils are so effective. Our olfactory system is the sensory system used for olfaction, or the sense of smell. Most mammals and reptiles have two distinct parts to their olfactory system: the main olfactory system and an accessory olfactory system. The main olfactory system detects volatile airborne substances, while the accessory olfactory system senses fluid-phase stimuli. Behavioral evidence indicates that most often the stimuli detected by the accessory olfactory system are pheromones. So our limbic system, the limbic system is what our olfactory system goes, you can see on this picture, the scent going right up there into the limbic system. Supports a variety of functions, including adrenaline flow, emotion, behavior, motivation, long-term memory, and olfaction. Emotional life is largely housed in the limbic system, and it has a great deal to do with the formation of memories. The limbic system is a complex set of structures that lies on both sides of the thalamus, just under the cerebrum. It includes the hypothalamus, the hippocampus, the amygdala, and several other nearby areas. It appears to be primarily responsible for our emotional life and has a lot to do with the formation of memories. So the amygdala, this is shown in research to perform a primary role in the processing of memory, decision-making, and emotional reactions. The amygdala are considered part of the limbic system, and the amygdalas are two almond-shaped masses of neurons on either side of the thalamus at the lower end of the hippocampus. When it is stimulated electrically, animals respond with aggression, and if the amygdala is removed, animals get very tame and no longer respond to things that would have caused rage before. But there is more to it than just anger. when removed, animals also become indifferent to stimuli that would have otherwise caused fear or even sexual responses. So you can see how these systems of the brain have a powerful effect on our body and how much the aromatic use of essential oils can be effective with that. This is here is mood management. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but you can just see how with different concerns, there are different oils to address those concerns depending on how you might be feeling. So oils to relieve stress and promote peace. You can see this list to help relieve that stress, whether it be in a bath, be smelling the oils, or putting them on topically. There are a lot listed here. You can combine them. You may not have all of those oils, and some people might like the smell better than another, or somebody's body might respond better to one of the oils than another. So that's why there's a list here with options. Here's some diffuser blends. Some are specifically for stress and relaxation, like the relaxation blend with the balance and the frankincense, and the stress be gone. And some are for other concerns as well. But just giving you an idea of how you can blend the oils and use them aromatically. And here's another bunch of options for diffusing the oils. I really like the Stress Buster over on the side, the third one down on the left. The bergamot, the frankincense, and the elevation. It smells really, really good. I really like using the oils in a bath. You want to mix them with Epsom salts and baking soda because, again, the oils and water don't mix. So if you just dump the oils right in a tub, they're going to sit right on the top. But if you mix them with Epsom salts and baking soda, they're going to mix into the bath. And sorry, this one's a little blurry again. Just another way to utilize the oils for stress. This would be for topical use, making them in a roller ball. I really, really like roller balls. My general rule of thumb for using the oils is less oil more often. And with a roller ball, you're going to be able to use that easily because it's pre-diluted. So you don't have like this cup of diluted essential oil sitting around the house that you don't know what to do with, or if you should keep the top on it, or whatever. This is very easy to utilize. And even my almost 3-year-old can put the oils on himself with a roller ball. It's pretty cute. All right, moving on. Sex and hormones. The journey of a balanced body for sex, for pregnancy, is a balanced body. Balancing your pH, which has a huge impact on healthy conception and pregnancy. So when we're talking about this, I really want you to think about balance. So we'll start with female-specific concerns. Balancing hormones. Okay. So imbalanced hormones is one of the biggest reasons for infertility, and essential oils can be used to assist the body in balancing those hormones. So frankincense, geranium balance, which is a blend of oils, and clary sage, want to use those together in the following methods to help balance those hormones, whether this be for regardless of age, we'll just put it that way. And Whisper, which is a blend of essential oils, it's a woman's specific blend, is really good for reproductive system support as well. Increasing progesterone, supporting progesterone, excuse me. Low progesterone can be the result of xenoestrogens, which are found all over the place. Many of us don't think twice about the makeup we wear each day or the plastic container we use to pack our lunch. We know organic food is supposed to be better for us, but sometimes we just don't want to pay the extra money. Unfortunately, all of the above may be altering the way our body naturally functions because they all contain endocrine disruptors called xenoestrogens. Endocrine disruptors are a category of chemicals that alter the normal function of hormones. Normally, our endocrine system releases hormones that signal different tissues telling them what to do. When chemicals from the outside get into our bodies, they have the ability to mimic our natural hormones, blocking or binding hormone receptors. This is particularly detrimental to hormone-sensitive organs like the uterus and the breasts, the immune and neurological systems, as well as human development. Xenoestrogens are a subcategory of the estrogen disruptor group that specifically have estrogen-like effects. Estrogen is a natural hormone in humans that is important for bone growth, blood clotting, and reproduction in men and women. The body regulates the amount needed through intricate biochemical pathways. When xenoestrogens enter the body, they increase the total amount of estrogens, resulting in a phenomenon called estrogen dominance. Xenoestrogens are not biodegradable, so they are stored in our fat cells. Buildup of xenoestrogens have been indicated in many conditions, including breast, prostate, and testicular cancer, obesity, infertility, endometriosis, early onset puberty, miscarriages, and diabetes. So these are found in a lot of chemicals, skincare products, food, building supplies, insecticides, plastics, household products, health and beauty products, plastic cups, plastic things you microwave your food in. All of those things are going to be containing these xenoestrogens and these endocrine disruptors. So to help support progesterone, doTERRA's phytoestrogen lifetime complex is a great suggestion that I would advise anyone to help with balancing those hormones. So it provides supplemental dietary phytoestrogens that help balance and support normal hormone levels by binding with estrogen receptors in cells. This phytoestrogen complex also provides nutritional support for managing harmful estrogen metabolites. It can be used to complement a program of eating right, exercising, and hormone therapy to help minimize the uncomfortable symptoms of PMS and transition through menopause. It supports healthy bones, heart, breast tissue, and other body structures and functions as a woman ages. It includes a potent soy extract standardized to 64% isoflavone content with a minimum of 50% of a scientifically substantiated to provide health benefits in women. And it's an all-natural formula made with sulfate-free veggie caps. So highly recommend that. In addition, you can utilize geranium, oregano, and thyme. One thing with oregano is that it's a strong oil, so you want to use it for 8 to 10 days and then take a 15 to 20-day break and then repeat. And again, you'll see the Lifelong Vitality Pack on here to help support progesterone and balance hormones as well, just because it's so good for your overall body. Okay, promoting pregnancy in women. Again, starting with the food, lifelong vitality, those steps to wellness, decreasing your xenoestrogen intake and exposure. These two specific oils can help with that. Grapefruit, when our bodies are under stress, that cortisol inhibits our production of progesterone, and grapefruit prevents cortisol from blocking progesterone production. Clary Calm, this helps balance your hormones and help to manage mood swings. I wish I could pour that oil over every pore on my body because it is just so wonderful. Again, talking about the diet and promoting fertility and pregnancy. The xenoestrogens can result in low progesterone levels, like we talked about. What you eat. Saturated fats, they are good and needed. Western medicine teaches no fat or low fat for healthy body function. But there are healthy oils like avocado, coconut, grass-fed butter, These are actually required and good and needed for healthy reproduction. And an acidic pH in your body is going to be toxic to sperm. Acidic pH is caused by sugars, carbs, starches, other concerns as well, but this is, in line with what we're talking tonight. A candida overgrowth, you want to check your gut. The most common condition noted as causing infertility in men and women is a gut problem. And doTERRA has a 30-day renewal, which this cleanse is awesome. I've heard about, I've done other cleanses, but I really, really like how easy this one is and how effective it is. So if you have questions about this, we can talk about this more after the webinar. Okay, so in promoting an increased libido in women. Clary sage, ylang ylang, whisper, geranium, these oils are all going to help promote and increase women's libido. So you can diffuse this into the air. You can wear it as a perfume on your temples, your neck, your wrists, so you get the topical and aromatic effects of that. You can dilute it with some coconut oil and use it as a massage oil, or dissolve it in bath salts for a nice bath as well. For guys, some oils that are really good for them, sandalwood, clary sage again, the Lifelong Vitality Pack, cinnamon, elevation, the sandalwood, ylang ylang. And in general, recommendations for how to use these oils are going to be diffuse it in the air, wear it on the temples, the neck, the wrists, use it as a massage oil, or use it in a bath. So if you're thinking like, oh, these oils are great, but how can I use them? Keep those methods in mind. For promoting fertility in men, sandalwood, clary sage, and the Lifelong Vitality Pack to assist the body in balancing the hormones. And again, eliminating the xenoestrogens that men are going to be exposed to is also highly important as well. So, this is fun. Oils of love. I love looking up and typing these out for you guys. So you can read through here. We've got ginger, which is going to stimulate circulation and relaxation. It relaxes your digestive system and muscles. It promotes fertility. Sandalwood supports male arousal, physical sensuality, relieves any nervous tension, and induces a state of calmness. Black pepper promotes increased energy and stamina. Bergamot calms anxieties, and it promotes increased libido in women. Wild orange promotes increased attraction between couples, and it assists in overcoming fear and shyness. Rosemary promotes increased blood flow, stimulates circulation, promotes increased sensitivity to touch, promotes heightened sensations. Ylang ylang promotes increased libido in men and women, and promotes increased attraction between couples. And this Whisper blend, that's a blend for women that works harmoniously with each individual's unique chemistry and promotes increased libido in women. So you can see a lot of these are being diffused into the air or applied to the body or used as a massage oil. So an aphrodisiac is a substance used to stimulate feelings of love or sexual desire. Many books of aromatherapy tout the aphrodisiac qualities of a number of oils. And you want to find an oil that brings balance to the mind and the body. For a balanced individual is more likely to extend love. So again, the uses on the left are the same as we talked about before. And then the oils with aphrodisiac properties, you'll see jasmine, ginger, rose, sandalwood, rosemary, black pepper, coriander, ylang ylang, and clary sage. And here are a couple of blends that you can make and utilize. These would be for in a roller bottle. Yeah, I think these are both topical applications. And then some massage blends as well, just to give you more options and ideas. So those are our concerns. Now I want to talk about how you can stock your family's toolkit. With doTERRA, you can purchase the essential oils one or other products one of three ways. You can purchase them at retail from a consultant, which I am. You can sign up as a preferred member, which gives you 20% off retail prices. And then the best option is a wholesale membership. This is the best value, and it gives you the most options. And here you can see what all a wholesale membership can offer you. A lot of us are familiar with Costco's wholesale membership. It's very similar. With doTERRA, it is a $35 enrollment fee. If you purchase a kit, which we'll get to in a second, that enrollment fee is waived. And with a wholesale membership, you get 25% off all the retail prices every time that you purchase. There's no minimum on the orders, and you can log in and access your account and manage your orders all on your own. There's an opportunity to earn 10 to 30% back in free product points when you participate in the rewards program. This would be like frequent flyer miles. So the more you buy, the more free stuff you get. You can also earn 100% of your shipping costs back in free products. So every time you order, you get $9 free, basically, to use towards whatever you want, which is almost a bottle of lemon. It is an annual membership renewal, which is $25. But with that renewal, doTERRA will send you a bottle of peppermint for free, which is $20.50, making your yearly membership cost only $4.50. There's lots of special promotions for members only. And there's lots of continuing educational information and essential oil support. We have a private Facebook group for wholesale members with over 1,900 other everyday essential oil users. So you get a lot of support and ideas on how to utilize the oils. And there's also an amazing business opportunity, but there's no requirement to participate in that. This is the Loyalty Rewards program, so that frequent flyer program gives you points back. So the first 3 months, you earn 10% back. So you order $100, you get $10 back. And it slowly increases until you're up to 30% back. So for every 100 you spend, you don't have to spend 100. That's just the easiest math for me to figure out in my head. You spend $100, you get 30 back. That's a significant amount and a good that's a bottle of Serenity right there. It's hard for me to really explain how awesome this program is until you're in it and until you start earning the stuff back from it for free. Here are the enrollment kits. The top two are some of the two most common enrollment kits, and this would set you up to really have a good foundation for your family's wellness. The Family Physicians Kit has 10 oils in the 5 milliliter size with a bonus 15 milliliter Slim and Sassy. And with a 5 milliliter bottle, there's 85 drops, and with a 15 milliliter bottle, there's 250 drops. And you're using 1 to 2 drops per application, so you can see how long these bottles are going to last you. And then the Home Essentials Kit has the same oils as the Family Physicians Kit, just the bigger sizes. So you have frankincense, breeze, lavender, peppermint, lemon, on guard, melaleuca, oregano, digestion, and deep blue, plus a diffuser. And again, with the enrollment kits, the $35 wholesale membership fee is waived. This is how I started and how I would really recommend. It just covers all your bases so effectively. So to order or enroll, you're going to visit my online store, which is mydoterra.com/SarahBrubaker. It's also at the bottom of all of these slides. You can also visit my blog, graceandallofthis.com, for a detailed explanation on how to enroll under the tab Enroll with doTERRA. So it'll give you a really good explanation of all the steps in the enrollment process, which there aren't many, but it's just the information there. So for a promotion going on right now for January, if you enroll this month, actually within 3 days of this webinar, you'll get a special access code. So that's good till Monday, Monday the 26th. If you enroll in January with a 100-point order, all of the products have points associated with them. It's generally $1 equals 1 point for the oils. Some of the supplements, the ratio is not as equivalent. But the Family Physicians Kit would qualify as a 100-point order, and any of the other kits would as well. So if you enroll with 100 points in January and then place a Loyalty Rewards Program order for February that is 100 points or more, you will get a free 100 points to use towards whatever you want. So basically, it's spend $200 over 2 months, and you get $100 for free. Awesome. You'll get a special access code in the email that I'll be sending you following this webinar, and it's good for 3 days. And once you enroll, I'll send you the link to put in the promotion code to receive those free product points. So this is the doTERRA New Year, New You promotion. We really want to help get you the best and the most products to help you create wellness in you and in your whole family, and to start the year off well. So in addition, this is, the top one is from me. Oh, excuse me. If you enroll with the Home Essentials Kit, I'll send you a Modern Essentials book for free. And this has been a great resource for me as I have sought to learn out how to use the essential oils. So if you're wondering, okay, this is great, these oils are great, but what do I do with them? How do I use them? This book will tell you. It's like the Idiot's Guide to Essential Oils. It will tell you what the oils are good for and how to use them. And in addition, this month, the DDR Prime Soft Gels are 10% off. And if you are already a member, well, that doesn't qualify anymore because it ended the 15th of the month. But this product of the month, if you order before the 15th of the month and it's a Loyalty Rewards Program order, and it is 125 points or more, you will get a free oil. So for this month, it was a free bottle of grapefruit, which is really, tastes amazing and is really great for a lot of things. So anybody interested in free oils? I know when I first started using the oils, I really had no plans of making it a business. But as I use the oils more and more, and they worked, I just naturally shared them with people. And it seems like health concerns and the weather are two things that people feel most openly comfortable about talking about and complaining about, either in person or on social media. So once they opened the door and said, oh man, I can't get rid of fill in the blanks, I would ask, well, have you tried an oil for that? Or there's an oil for that. And it just grew organically. And this amazing business opportunity has been something that has really changed my life and my family's life. And if that's something that interests you, I would love to talk to you more about how much doTERRA can offer you, not only from health and wellness from a physical standpoint, but from a financial standpoint as well. There's free product rewards with a share program. So in addition to the free product points that you could earn with the New Year, New You promotion, there's lots of other opportunities to earn free product rewards. The team that I am on is huge. It is one of the largest growing teams in doTERRA, and we have a lot to offer you. Not only what doTERRA offers through their generous compensation plan and their amazing company with integrity, but lots of training and information and education and inspiration that you will not be disappointed with. So you can ways that I teach about the oils, you can host a class. You can earn free products with my hostess rewards. I also love to do one-on-one wellness coaching so that you can learn how to use oils specifically suited to your needs, whether that be in person or on the phone or through email. Get a hold of me, and we can figure this out to help you on your journey towards wellness. For anyone local, I have some upcoming local events. Friday, February 13th at 7 p.m. at Salud Juicery in Sewickley, PA. And I love doing webinar events, but I also really, really love live events because then you can see and smell the oils and interact with them more. So I would highly encourage you to, if you're able to, attend a live event. And if you don't live locally to me, let me know and I can connect you with somebody in your area. And then Sunday, February 15th at 2 p.m. at the Chiropractic Health Center in Beaver Falls. These are both natural health solutions events, so very much Essential Oils 101 and how you can utilize the oils most effectively in your home. And then I have 2 other webinars coming up in February. I usually do 2 webinars a month, so one on the 3rd and one on the 23rd, Winter Wellness and Natural Solutions, and you can find the links to those webinars on my Facebook page at Grace in All of This, or send me an email and I can make sure that you get the link to that. Here's my contact information. So my email, my blog, my online store where you can order or enroll. You can find me on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, all those venues. And again, make sure you check your email inbox for more information pages and helpful links. So thank you so much for joining me this evening. And here again are the websites to order and enroll and my blog. I really appreciated sharing this information with you, and I hope to continue to partner with you on your journey towards wellness. So thank you so much and have a wonderful evening.